What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are back at it again with yet another episode of our we're back with another episode, another video of our on our main channel. But today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, something I've never done on the channel before, something that I mentioned in my main video or my expansion franchise videos the other day, in the fact that I am going to try to, I am going to name one player who I think could be a Hall of Famer from every team. I've seen this done for baseball, but that's it. I've never seen it done for hockey. But yes, if you guys like this kind of content, remember, leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell, hit me up on Snapchat, add my socials in my bio, so that's it. Alright, so I'm starting with the Panthers, and starting in the Eastern Conference, starting with the Panthers, and there's a ton of players on that end. There's Barkov, Ekblad, there's Ekblad, Barkov, Tkachuk, but I think it's most likely I'm going to have to go with Barkov. He had a heck of a season last year. He was a part of their run, their cup run that they made, which no one saw that one coming, them winning their first ever Stanley Cup. But yeah, on the season, on the year he played this year, 23-24, he had 73 games, 23 goals, 57 assists, and 80 points, and a plus-minus of 33. The Bruins, the only one I can think of for the Bruins is, you would think it would be David Pastrnak. It's not. I'm going to go with none other than the dirtiest player in the league, Brad Marchand. He's been there the longest, and you guys will be like, well, hey, blah, blah, blah. You could go Bergeron's not on the team anymore, or else I would. So that's why I'm going to go with Marchand, who had 67 points. He had 29 goals, 38 assists, 67 points, and he played a full season and a plus-minus of +2. The Leafs, I'm going to go with, well, this one's kind of difficult. You could go multiple options. You could go Matthews. You could go Marner. You could go Nylander. You could go you could go Tavares. You could go so many other interesting guys on that team. And you could go Domi, basically anybody on that team. But I think you could go goaltender, but I think I'm going to have to go with probably none other than John Tavares, if I can find him on this team. Maybe not. Actually, oh yeah, hold on. If I can find him. You could go Giordano, even. You could go I'm actually going to go Matthews, and obviously, actually, no, I will go Tavares. I mean, I could technically go, Matthews, but I think an underrated pick would probably be Tavares, but because here's why: his numbers on the year. You look up John Tavares. So on the season, he played I don't think he played in a full game. He started with his career at the Islanders, but yeah, on the year he played he played 62 games. That's playoffs. In the full year, he played 80. He had 29 goals, 36 assists, and 65 points with a plus-minus of +2 to that. Yes. So I'm going to go John Tavares. I know you guys are probably like, why? Now for the Lightning, you guys can say, oh, go, what's his name? Go Stamkos. Because he's not there anymore. I could go Hedman. I could go Kucherov. I could go Vasilevsky. I'm just going to go with the second one I said and go with Vasilevsky. Or not Vasilevsky. I'm going to go with Hedman. I could go Vasilevsky. I could go Point. I could go... Wait, who else could we do? We could go McDonough. We could go McDonough, Hedman, Point. But I think most likely, the one that I think it'll be most likely if his season was to end is if I can find him, is not Braden Point, is going to be none other than, there he is, found him, than Nikita Kucherov, who had 44 goals, 100 points, 100 assists, 144 points in total. And yeah, so I'm going to go Nikita Kucherov here. I believe he won an award this year, I believe. But yeah, I have to go Nikita Kucherov there. Now, this is where it gets rough. For the Red Wings, I could go Larkin. I could go, who else is there? Kopp. I could go Jack Campbell, Vile, who's Cam Talbot, Vladimir Tarasenko, Patrick Kane. But, and I think, like I said, I am going to, Alex DeBrincat. I think I'm going to go with the 35-year-old Patrick Kane. I know he played for the Hawks for a little bit of his career, but I have someone else in mind that I'm going to go with for the Hawks. But I think I'm going to go with the Detroit Red Wings. He had 20 goals, 27 assists, 47 points, and a plus-minus of -5. All right, next for the Canadiens. That ain't good. For the Buffalo Sabres, I could go, for the Buffalo Sabres, I could go Zucker, McLeod, Tate Thompson, Darlene Cousins, Nicholas Abe, Kubel, I could go Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. I could go Henry Jokiharju, Owen Power, but I think Alex Tuck. But I think I'm going to have to go J.J. Peterka. I think I'm going to Sam Lafferty, Peyton Krebs, Jordan Greenway. I think I'm going to have to go with the... I think I'm going to go with... Hold on, let me see who I can get, who their age is. I'm probably going to go with their old... I could have gone Jack Eichel, but he's not on that team anymore. He's on the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, they have a pretty young team, most likely. I could go James Reimer, who's old. I think I'm going to have to go, most likely... Who can I go? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to go with Tage Thompson. And here's why. Tage Thompson had an unbelievably good season. He had 29 goals, 27 assists, 56 points, and a plus-minus of -1. Now, this again, here's where it also, like I said, this is where it's going to get tricky. I could go for the Senators. I could go... Senators roster. I could go Linus Ullmark. I could go Amadio, Batherson, Shabbat. So many good guys right here. Brady Tkachuk. I think I'm going to have to go with Brady Tkachuk. Here's why. He's from Arizona. His brother is Matthew Tkachuk. But on the season, he played 81 games, 37 goals, 37 assists, 74 points, plus-minus a +1. And now for the Canadiens, I think I'm going to have to go with him. This one might be a little bit rough. I could go with Nick Suzuki. I could go all kinds of guys. Nick Suzuki, Kirby Dach, Christian Dvorak, Alex Newhook, Raphael Harvey Pinyard. Who else is there? Tanner Pearson. So many guys. But I think I'm going to have to go with the man, the myth, the legend. He's been there for his entire career. I'm going to have to go with Carey Price. He is like the legend of him. The legend himself is Carey Price. And I do believe he could become a future Hall of Famer get inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame. He hasn't played since 2021, 2022, but when he did, I don't want that. He went 1-4, a 3.63 GAA, a .87 save percentage. He had no shutouts, no goals, no assists. He had 0 penalty minutes, but he had about almost. He played a lot. He didn't play last year, 23-24, due to injury. I don't know, or something. I don't know if he retired or what happened, but with him. But yeah, I think I gotta go with him. All right, now moving on to the next standings. Moving on to the East, the Metropolitan Division. I'm going with the New York Rangers. I could go Kreider, Trouba, Igor Shesterkin, Capo Caco, Alexis Lafreniere. I could go with so many guys there, but I think I'm going to have to go with Chris Kreider. Really good player, really good numbers, I believe. Let me look him up. Kreider, he is a left winger. He's 33. He'll be 34 next year, before the end of the season. In his career, he had 39 goals, 36 assists, 75 points in a full season, plus minus a plus positive 19. But yeah, he was a first round pick in 2009 by the Rangers. All right, the Hurricanes, that's one's easy. I could go Pesci. I could go Pesci. Pesci. I could go Pesci. I could go. Who else is there? Natius. I don't know. Pesci's still there. I don't know. I could go Natius. I could go Pyotr Kochetkov. I could go Freddie Anderson. I could go all kinds of guys. But I think I got to go with none other than former Penguins legend Jordan Staal. Really good player there. Really good player in Pittsburgh. Really good player in, obviously, really good player as well in the Penguins and on the Canes as well. Captain, I believe he is. Yeah, he is. He started his career in 06-07 with the Penguins. He's won 08. He was there 08-09. They didn't win, and he was there. He was there the 08-09, the year they won. They did not win in 07 and 08. He was not with us in 16th. Okay. He's, I believe, yet to win a cup. But yeah, in 80 games, he's had 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 points, and a plus-minus of -14. He does have a cup under his belt. I feel like if he should get another cup before he retires. And now the Islanders, this one's getting a little bit tricky. It'll get easier eventually, because the Capitals and the Penguins, I have Penguins that you could go with multiple. You could go with the Islanders, you could go Barzal, you could go Cizikas, you could go J.G. Pajot, you could go so many interesting guys, but I think most likely I'm going to have to go Barzal if he was to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. You have 23 goals, 57 assists, 80 points, and a plus-minus of -4. Really good player there. All right, Pittsburgh, you could go with... this is not even... These next couple, the ones that I say, are probably not even, like, that you can say, hey, yeah, you can be like, oh, that's gonna happen. Well, I know I'm only going to go with these next two, or not Pittsburgh, Washington next. You could go Ovechkin. You could go Tom Wilson. You could go all kinds of guys, but I think I'm going with Alex Ovechkin. He had a really decent season. He didn't play as much, but he is chasing the fact that he's chasing sorry guys if you hear the water going on, it's my brother getting a shower. He is chasing Wayne Gretzky's 890 something, but he is on his way there. He's only 41 shy of tying it. He's in his last year on the season he played 79. He had 79 games played. He played through only in 79 games. He had 31 goals, 34 assists, 65 points, and a plus-minus of -22. It is what it is. All right, Pittsburgh, you could go, obviously, you could go Crosby, you could go Malkin, you could go Letang, you could go, who else? Tristan Jarry, you could go Erik Karlsson, you could go, I know he's not there anymore, but I gotta mention him, Jake Getzel, but yeah. So I think with the, I think I gotta go with the big three, Crosby, Malkin. I gotta go with Sidney Crosby out of all of them, out of the Penguins players that I just mentioned, because obviously Crosby's been having that really, really good points. By the way, happy birthday to Crosby. When I am filming this and uploading this, it is Crosby's birthday. It is August 7th, 2024, so happy birthday, Sidney Crosby. But yeah, so he had like a 94, 95 point season. He quietly had a good season and no one was talking about it. But at the end of the day, yeah, so he was outstanding with the Penguins. He's been outstanding with the Penguins, and whenever he does retire, I will not be ready for it. I will definitely be having that video up on my channel about that. But yeah. All right, so back, I had to go, that was the obvious choice. I had to go with Crosby there. All right, for the Flyers, you could go with so many guys here. You could go Carter Hart. You could go Carter Hart, Ivan Fedotov, Samuel Ersson, Noah Cates, Nicholas Desalores. So many guys there. Sean Couturier, Morgan Frost, Scott Lawton, guys galore. Travis Konechny, but I think I gotta go with, who was it? Rasmus Ristolainen, Nick Seeler, Marks. I think I gotta go Cam York, not Carter Hart. I think I gotta go with the guy who's been there a long time, 30-year-old Scott Lawton. 31-year-old Sean Couturier. He's been there. He's been on the Flyers since as long as I remember. Who is this? Yeah. He's been on the Flyers for quite a while. Yeah, I believe he was drafted by the Flyers. But yeah, I gotta go with him. He is getting up in age, 31. He is their captain. No, yeah, he's been on the Flyers since 2011-2012 season. He had 11 goals, 27 points, 27 goals, 11 goals, 27 points, 27 assists, 38 points in 74 games. He did miss about 8 or 9 games due to injury, but yeah, I gotta go with him. All right, now for the, who is next? Flyers. I gotta go with the, no, I did the Bruins, right, yes. I gotta go with the New Jersey Devils. This one's easy. I gotta go with, I have the choices of Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier. I think I gotta go Nico Hischier, pretty good guy there, for the Devils. Nico Hischier, not Nico Horner, I'm not the baseball, but, he's been with the Devils since 2017-18. This year he had 67 points in 71 games, 27 goals, 40 assists, 67 points for Nico Hischier. All right, Blue Jackets. I think I could go Johnny Gaudreau. I could go, who else is there? Gaudreau, Fantilli, who is just fairly new. Sean Monahan, Gaudreau, Patrick Laine, who's there. Ellis Merzlikins. Yeah. I could go Alex Nylander, Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Laine, Kirill Marchenko. I could go with so many. Ivan Provorov. I got to go with probably most likely the one that I should go with, and it's going to be Zach Werenski. He's been there the longest. He is a veteran on that team. He played 11. He had 11 goals, 46 points, 46 assists, 57 points in 70 games played last year. So plus minus a positive 22. All right, now we get into the hard ones here. Continuing our streak of this, we are only ending that was our last team of the East. Now on the West, you have the Stars, the Avs, the Jets. Starting with Dallas here. I'm going to look up Dallas's roster here. So, I'm sorry if this video is very long because there's a lot of teams. Dallas Stars, their roster, you could go Robertson, you could go Sagan, you could go Danov, Duchesne, Marchment, Sagan. I think I'm going to have to go Lindell, Heiskanen, Casey Smith, Jake Odinger. But I think I got to go Rupe Hintz, Wyatt Johnson. I think I got to go with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Tyler Seguin, who's been there pretty much a long time. He's only been there since 2013-14. And he's been there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will be his 12th season in Dallas. He only played 3 years in Boston. This year he had 68 games, played 25 goals, 27 assists, 52 points. So he had a pretty decent season on that end. And then for the Winnipeg Jets, I gotta go Mark Scheifele, who is I'm gonna go Mark Scheifele, really good hockey player there. I don't actually hate him as a Pens fan. He had 72 points in 74 games, pretty disgusting type season. So yeah, and then obviously I gotta go with the Colorado Avalanche next, and that one I have to go with Nathan MacKinnon, who had a disgusting season. I forget his numbers, but he had a disgusting season there. So yeah, Nashville, I'm gonna have to go with. You could go Ramon Josi, you could go Philip Forsberg, you could go. Oh my God! So McKinnon had 140 points in a full season this year, 51 goals, 89 assists, 140 points. You could go Forsberg, you could go Josi, you could go Saros, you could go all kinds. But I think I gotta go with Ramon Josi here for the Nashville Predators for someone who I believe could be a Hall of Famer. I know he's a defenseman, but yeah. He had 23 goals, 62 assists, 85 points, and he played a full season this year. Our next team we're going to go with is the Blues. You could go Kyrou, you could go Buchnevich, you could go... But I think I got to go with this guy. He is a goaltender. He's been there for a couple of years. Pretty good goaltender. He was a part of their cup run in 2019, and that is Jordan Binnington, who started 55 games. He had 28 21-5, a 2.84 GAA, a 2.84 GAA goals against average, and a .91 save percentage. Pretty disgusting season. The Minnesota Wild, you could go Kirill Kaprizov, Matt Boldy, any of their young guys. But I think I gotta go with the man. You could go Brock Faber, Kirill, Jonas Bodin, Matt Boldy, Marcus Foligno, Frederick Goudreau, Ryan Hartman. But I think I gotta go with the man that's been there the longest in Jared Spurgeon, defenseman. You can go Fleury. I mean, you could go him for Pittsburgh too, because he started his career in Pittsburgh. But this guy is, what is he now? He is 34. He's been there pretty much since 2011, 2012. This year he had 5 goals, no goals, 5 assists, 5 points, a plus-minus, a +5 in only 16 games. That's okay. Then you have the Utah Hockey Club, and I think with that, I gotta go Clayton Keller. Pretty good player there in what is now the Utah Hockey Club. Yeah. We're almost done. It's going to be really weird. I'm going to definitely make a video about the Utah Hockey Club, what to expect from them probably when I do my teams. I'm going to make a video probably here soon talking about all the teams and, like, what to expect from each team, like, going, like, a little bit more about the team in depth, because you don't really get that much from, like, YouTubers like me. And this is, like, I'm going to do it for all the teams. I'm going to do it for the Penguins. I'm going to do it for the Utah Hockey Club, aka the old Arizona Coyotes. I'm going to do it for Vegas. I'm going to do it for Washington, Philly, Boston, Toronto, all 32 hockey teams. By the way, Clayton Keller had 33 points, 33 goals, 43 assists, 76 points in 78 games, and a plus-minus of -20. Blackhawks, you got to go with him. I know he didn't play last year, but you still have to go with him, and that is none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Jonathan Toews. Really good hockey player. Probably a very, very nice person. He played in 2022, 2023. He took a year off due to some medical stuff. We don't know what was going on, but hopefully he's back and able to play with that really crappy, maybe I shouldn't say crappy, that decent, maybe not going to look a little bit better next year, 24-25 Chicago Blackhawks. In 2022-2023, he had 53 games played. He had 15 goals, 16 points, 15 goals, 16 assists, 31 points in 53 games. All right, now the Canucks, you could go Besser, Pettersson, JT Miller, who else? Thatcher Demko, but I think I got to go with Thatcher Demko yet again. I know it's an interesting pick. On the year, they did make the playoffs. They clinched the division last year, and they didn't make it out of the first round. In 51 games last year, he had 51 games started, 35, 14, and 2, a 2.45 GAA and a .918. So basically a 9.12. I'm gonna say 9.1, not .91 goal save percentage. He's looking like a really good goaltender for them. The Oilers, it's gonna be obvious. I gotta go Connor McDavid, Nurse, Draisaitl, a lot of other guys there, but I think I gotta go with Connor McDavid. Because why not? I mean, that one's probably, there's other options, but I think I have to go with the most clear and obvious option in Connor McDavid, who, by the way, helped their team have a really good year and them making it all the way for the first time in their life. I don't know when the last time that was the Stanley Cup, helping him make it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, but unfortunately they did not win, which I believe is okay, because Connor McDavid has never been to the finals before, and Sidney Crosby and the Penguins did lose their first Stanley Cup when Crosby first entered the league in 2008 season. That's when they played Detroit, and Detroit beat them in 6, I think. But more about my rambling. McDavid, 32 goals, 100 assists, 132 points in 76 games. Yeah, so he was disgusting. And then his playoffs were disgusting too. All right, on the Kings, you could go Martinez. You could go... I gotta go with the LA Kings here. On their roster. You could go Martinez. You could go Kopitar. You could go... You could go Kopitar, Kempe, Kopitar, Kempe, who else is there? Martinez, no, Kopitar, Kempe, Doughty, but I think I gotta go Doughty, most likely Drew Doughty, only because of the fact, I mean, you could technically go with the other guys, you could go with, Kopitar or Kempe, but I think I gotta go with probably the most recent, not recent, the most, wait, how old is Kopitar? His birthday's this month. He's 36. Okay, how old is Doughty? Doughty is probably the older one, huh? 36. 34. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go with Doughty. They both, this one's kind of rough, so I gotta go. I'm sorry, the other guy, sorry, Kopitar, but I gotta go Doughty. Actually, you know what? No, I will go Kopitar. I'm gonna go Kopitar. You know what? I'm sorry, Doughty, but I will go Kopitar. Kopitar is the older one here on the team. So you could go, so he played 81 games, 26 goals, 44 assists, 70 points, and plus minus of positive 11. Now on the Vegas Golden Knights, you could go... there's all kinds of guys. You could go Chandler Stevenson, Jack Eichel, William Karlsson, Tomas Hertl, Noah Hannafin, Ivan Barbashev, Keegan Colasar, Victor Olofsson, Mark Stone, Nicholas Hag, Brendan McNabb, Alex Pietrangelo, Shea Theodore, Zach Whitecloud, Aiden Hill, Ilya Samsonov. But yeah, I think I gotta go with William Karlsson, who's I believe has been there. Chandler Stevenson's not there anymore. And he has been there since the team started in 17-18, their first season, and this year he had 30 goals. He had a 30 goals, 30 assists, 60 points in 70 games for William Karlsson. The Flames, you could go Yowzes. You could go with on the Flames. Hold on, guys, let me get this. Flames. I'm sorry, that was a very long video. You could go Backlund, Huberdeau, Kadri, Kuzmenko, Mantha, Igor Shangarovich, Jake Bean, Mackenzie Weegar, Dan Vladar, Devin Cooley. Markstrom was on this team, or not Markstrom. Yeah, Markstrom was on this team. He got traded, but I think you could go with the man who I believe you could go with Nazem Kadri, who they kind of want to get rid of him, but I don't know if they will. I don't know if he's their captain either. He started his career at the Leafs. Then he played 3 years he played up until 2019 with the Leafs. Then 2019, 2020 through 2019 through 2022. He played with the Avalanche. He was there for their Stanley Cup run, but this year he played a full season, 29 goals, 46 assists, 75 points. But yeah, no, he had a great season with them. The Kraken, you could go all kinds of guys here. You could go their coach, their roster, yes. You could go Brandon Tanev, Chandler Stevenson, Brandon Montour, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Andrei Burakovsky, Leafy Tolvanen, Adam Larson, Josh Mahura, Brandon Montour, Jamie Alexiak, Joey Decord, and Philip Grubauer. But I think I gotta go with okay, he's 32. This one's going to be difficult. So, yeah. I think I got to go with Jordan Eberle, even Johnny Gord, Jared McCann. I think I got to go Brandon Tanev because he's been there, I believe, since... Did he? He was with Winnipeg, then he was with Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's been there for 3 years. He's been there since he's one of the OGs of the Seattle Kraken. So this year he had 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points in 66 games, and a plus-minus of positive at 2. On the Ducks, you could go... Let me look at the Ducks roster here, because I don't know anybody on the Ducks. You could go Zegras. You could go... Samuel Cogliano, Robbie Fabry, Jansen Harkins, Killorn, Brock McGinn, Mason McTavish, Troy Terry, Ryan Strome, Frank Petrano, Brian Dumoulin, Urho Vakinen, Lucas Dostal, Dostel, I don't know how to say his name. But I think I got to go with him. Another goaltender in the video, and obviously that is going to be John Gibson. And he's been there pretty much since 2013-14. This year, had 46 games he's played. He started 44 from 13, 27, and 2. A 3.54 GAA, a .888 save percentage. And then obviously on the Sharks, you can go Couture, you can go Miner. He's still there. I have no idea. That team is just hot garbage. I mean, they're still gonna be bad next year. You could go Couture. Okay, do they still have Jan Ruda, Henry? They could go Mark Edwards, Vlasic, Vitek, Vanchek, Mackenzie Blackwood. But I think the most obvious choice is, since he's been there the longest, I mean, I could have gone Carlson, EK65 if he was still there, but I'm not. I'm going to go with the man who's been there the longest. He is 35, and that's going to be Logan Couture. And he had 6 games played, no goals, 1 assist, 1 point on the season, and a plus-minus of 0. But yeah, so that is it of all the teams, and that is every single team and every single player who I think could be that is every single team, every single player from every single team that I think, that is one player on every team that I think could be a Hall of Famer. So yeah, but I mean, there's obviously a lot of obvious choices in there. I had to go with some not so obvious ones. But yeah, if you guys like these kinds of videos, remember, leave a like, subscribe to the notification bell, hit me up on Snapchat, add my socials in my bio, and I will see you guys all again another time for another video.